Okay, so welcome. We'll be doing project number 4 in the Frosted Gingerbread class. And I have really enjoyed working with these. I'm going to continue to work with them, but I have another class starting. It's already our Frightfully Cute class until September 15th. But you can always check out my website, www.carolbcrafts.com, to see what current postcode I'm using and what current class kit I'm offering with the qualifying purchase. Okay, so this should go pretty quickly. I kind of saved the best for last. So there is some stamping. We'll be using Garden Green, Real Red, and Cinnamon Cider. Some really Christmassy looking colors that are work together really well. And this is the craft treat boxes. Now I taped them with removable tape, so they shouldn't tear your box, because the removable tape, that's why it's called removable tape. And it's Scotch removable tape. And I'm thinking about getting some for my giveaways. But I get it at Office Depot. It's cheaper if you buy the 2-pack. I think the 2-pack at, not Office Depot, it's Office Depot. I was thinking Home Depot. Office Depot, I think if you buy the 2-pack, I think it's around $7 or $8. But it's also on Amazon too. Cheaper on Amazon. Okay, enough that. So this is the craft box that's new. And then we have some Real Red ribbon. This is the mini ruffled ribbon. We have 2 pieces that are 13 inches long. So, and I will be given the dimensions so you can make more, or if you're here and you don't have the kit and you're watching, you can replicate it in your home. Oh, there's another piece of tape. I missed that one. All right, so we got 3 pieces of basic white. There's 2 that are the same size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We're going to be stamping on those. We'll be stamping our little candies on those. Now this is empty because there's not really any Christmas candy out where I live, but I'm thinking I'm going to get some red and green mints like this to put inside. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 to stamp our mints. This is going to go on the back. Oh, where's the one? Here. So on the back, we'll be doing this. We'll stamp our sentiment, and we're going to put this on a piece of Real Red that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 as well. So we'll be stamping on this. And we've got some labels that I created with basic white paper. I started out with 5/8 by 2 3/4, and I punched them with the lovely labels punch. So you only need 1, but you'll have 2. And we'll save our little 6 Real Red rhinestone basic jewels for later, because we don't want to lose those. So everything that we're going to stamp on, and we will be stamping on this too. We're going to stamp, like decorate our craft with our cinnamon cider and our stamps. So I'll put this aside here, this aside. All right, so stamp, stamp, and stamp, and stamp. So you might want to get a piece of scratch paper, just notebook paper, to go behind this. I could use just this, but I'd rather use a piece of paper, like just this kind of paper, to go behind it. So we're going to do our D block first. We will use our Stamparatus, but you don't have to use your Stamparatus. But for the candy and the sentiments, I'm going to use the Stamparatus. But for this part, I'm only going to use my D block. Now we'll be using, you can see we used all three of the stamps, the bell, the ornament, and the snowflake. So I'm just going to go ahead and get all three of those out to save time. And I want another, I want something to go here. I have this. I was using this earlier to show you how to emboss with clear embossing powder. I just need something to go here to cover up that plastic, so when I stamp, I don't stamp on the plastic. So I'm going to do first, I'll do the snowflake, okay? And my cinnamon cider is really juicy, so that'll make this go much better if because I won't have a chance to stamp it twice. So I'm just gonna cover up the plastic here with that, and I'm just gonna kind of stamp this. Make sure I press it hard so that I get it. So there's one, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me see, I'm going to stamp, I think I will stamp one here. This is just random too. This is random stamping. And I think I will stamp one here. Okay, and that one is still a little messed up, but that's okay. Now I'm going to switch, clean this off. Let me grab my wipes. Okay. Running out of room here. There. So I'm going to clean this off, and then I'm going to do another one. I think I'll do, what do I want to do next? How about, I think I'll do the bell next. So ink that up, good. And I want to cover up the part that is the plastic. I guess I could always wipe the plastic off. So there's the bell. There. I'm guessing this would do better if I had a one of those sponge things underneath me, you know, that we use when we use photopolymer stamps. I'll just push down really hard. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna clean that one up. I think that's my mistake, is I don't have the padding underneath there that we usually have when we use our photopolymer. I guess I could still grab it. I'm just using the Stamparatus pad that came with my Stamparatus. Okay, and now I'm going to do the little ornament. And I may not need to cover up the plastic, but just in case. Oh yeah, it does much better with the foam underneath. Okay, I'm going to turn this around and how do I want to do this? I guess I'll just do that. This is just really random. Oh yeah, having that foam makes so much difference. Yeah, I should have done that from the beginning. So hopefully you learn from my mistake. Okay, so that's all the stamping. We're just going to stamp the front. You could stamp the back if you want, but I didn't stamp mine. Now, we're done with our cinnamon cider. So we're done with this. Now we are going to do the back, Sending You Peppermint Kisses. So I don't need this anymore. And put this away. And this away. Now, get a random stamp pad to go there. You'll want to get your 4x6 window sheet and put it in the corner, and you'll want to get your so I guess I can put these images back in their little homes. Here's your home. Go back home. Now, Sending You Peppermint Kisses. You know, and there's also the to and from. Oh wait, that's a different stamp set. that's the Frightfully Cute. That has the to and from. Well, I was going to say maybe you could use that, but if you have a different stamp that you want to use, you can definitely use that. So, Sending You Peppermint Kisses. And I don't know if Hershey's Kisses come in like peppermint, but that would be cute if you had the Hershey's Kisses in peppermint here, and you could, Peppermint Kisses would really go well with that. So I'm going to take my Real Red and make my template image, get my smaller piece of basic white, and I'm going to put it here in the center up at the top. And then I'm going to ink up my stamp again with my Real Red. Now this may need two because, you know, I like a nice rich image. Very good. Clean that stamp off. And clean off my plastic so that I can use it again here soon. Dry it off on my Stampin' pants. And then next we're going to grab our Happy Holidays that belongs on the outside. You'll want your plastic again in the corner, and you'll want your Happy Holidays stamp. And I'm just going to make sure I have that going in the right direction. I'm going to stamp that with Real Red. And I have this piece of scratch paper where I put just a little bit of snail and seal, Stampin' seal, to hold my label in place. Making sure I have the right side. Going to ink this up with Real Red. it'll show me where it's going to stamp. Then I'll slide this underneath, line it up. It's a good fit. It's a little close, but not too close. It shouldn't be too hard for you. And I'm thinking that looks good. So I'll hold it in place while I move the plastic, and then I'll ink that up again. And one more time. All right. And I know that I got ink here, which means I probably have ink on this magnet, so I want to be sure I clean that magnet off too. Otherwise, when I move the magnet, I'm going to get ink on my finger, and then when I move my paper, the ink will transfer to my paper, and I will not be happy. I will be a sad crafter. Okay, so that is that. We have only a little bit of stamping left. Well, it's really not a little, it's a more of an easier. Now I'm going to twist that off, put it over in my stamped side, clean off my plastic, get another wipe and clean that off. Yep. Now, I don't think we need our plastic for the next stamping. For the next stamping, we are going to stamp our little, these little, I'll show you, this stamp right here. It stamps the peppermint and then a little twirly thing and then a little starburst type of thing. If you wanted to, you could add this, but I don't think there's a die for that. I haven't looked to be for sure. Let me see. Yeah, there's a die for that, I believe. I believe one of these dies would do it here. All right, okay, so get out your 1, 2, 3 little stamp. We're going to do red on one and green on one. And you could use the D block for this, but I'll tell you what, I just like to use the Stamparatus because I can stamp again if I need to. And so we're going to be die cutting these. See, that's such a light image. I would not be happy with that if I used the stamp, the D block. But because I can stamp it again, I'm happy with it. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is move this over about 1.5 inches. Let's see if that's enough. It looks like 2 inches is going to be a better. Move it over 2 inches. So we'll do some in red and we'll do some in green on the other 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right, so that's our red. We ended up with 5 red. I think that'll be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 red will be enough. 6 would just give us an extra one. All right, so let me clean off the red, and we'll do the same thing with the green, the garden green. I'm just going to dry that off with my microfiber cloth, and I'm going to close up my red because we're done with our red, and now we're going to get our garden green out. Get our other 5.5 by 4.25. Let me clean off these magnets too. Alright, so this is ready to put away and bring out my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. This big daddy here. And then, get my fingers green. For the die, we're going to use the die that cuts 3 of them out at one time. That'll make it go faster. Believe me, we wouldn't want to do it if it was going to cut them out individually. And I'm going to use this removable tape to help me hold this in place. Otherwise, I would be very sad, I'm sure. Come on. Come on. What? Am I missing a plate? I think so. I checked before I went live. So just go forward and backwards. That'll make it go faster, I think. Okay, so got all those done. Yay! Start on the red ones. All right, done with this. Put it away and bring out my box to look at. So I know for sure this is this, and it's going to go on the back. So I don't know if I should put it together or go ahead and put it on the back. I think I'll go ahead and put it on the back. So this is going to go on the real red. And I gave you the dimensions earlier, so I won't give them to you again. Oops. It's not even on all sides, and if it's easier for you to wait till you've made the box to get it on there even, you can do that too. Now you won't want to seal up one of the ends because you're going to have to put your candy in there. So I'm just going to fold this on all of my fold lines. And you know, you don't have to put candy in there. If you want to get creative, you could put anything in there. A small book might fit in there, a little notebook, or handkerchiefs, or I don't know, does anybody use handkerchiefs anymore? You could put some toiletries in there, some girly girl stuff that they might want to, some face masks, you know, for a little girls' night. All right, then let me see. The tabs are here, and you know, it's been a while since I put this together. Okay, how did I do this? I know this goes on the inside. All right, I think I got it. So the tabs are going to go, and I'm hoping this is how it goes. This is going to go here, and this is going to go here. And we'll do these tabs over here. This is the same. So the undecorated one on the bottom is what you're going to put here and here. Okay, and now you could just do this and make it so that it tucks in, but I have it so it goes on the side. So how did I do that? How did I do that? Okay, so yeah, the next thing I did is I took, it's been a while, a couple weeks since I made this. You want to get some tear and tape, or if you have some of the Stampin' Seal Plus, you could use that too. Mine is is over there, so I'm just going to use this. I may have to open that up. I'm going to use 2 strips to hold this. Okay, you can see the 2 strips there. And I'm going to burnish them with this. Okay. Yeah. I think this is how I did it. Okay, so we have that now. Now this one, whoops, I didn't leave it open, did I? Well, you could still fit it in through here. You could still fit it in through there. But eventually you're going to put that down and then put some tape here when you go to close it. Or you don't really want to close it too tight. Okay, so I think I may have messed up here, but this is the bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and seal it up good with some tear and tape. Or like I said, if you have the Stampin' Seal Plus, which is really, really strong. Come on. It's so strong, it doesn't want to let go. Now I wonder if I could just cut that off. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna put it like that. That's gonna work. Press it down. Okay, so, and then you'll just seal this up when you're ready. You could use maybe glue dots so that it's not so so they can get in to get the candy without tearing the box apart. So we're going to decorate, and we're going to use lots of glue dots to do that. So let's get 2 red and a green. I'm just going to follow this pattern here. So there's a red in the corner, 2 red in the corner, and then a green on top. Then I have, now when I first did this, it was really random, so I can take advantage by looking at this. I'm going to put that green one there, this red one here, one of the twirly red ones here, and one of the starburst green ones down here. Okay, so, oh, and then I have another swirly green one. I was say it doesn't look right. Swirly green one there, and then a starburst red one here. And I'll hold that up for you so you can see what I have. Okay, and then up here I have a red peppermint, right there, a green peppermint right there, and it looks like a green starburst here, a swirly red here, a swirly green, come on, here, a swirly red next to the green. Don't you love, can you imagine trying to do this without, okay, without the, and then to wait, this swirly red one was supposed to go here. Oh well, it isn't now. I'll just put this little one right here. There. And then we're going to put our Happy Holidays on with two or three regular dimensionals, if I can find them. Okay, on the back, I think I'll just do 3 so I have some support in the center. All right, we got our 3 dimensionals, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to go right here. Happy Holidays. Alrighty, now we're going to flip it over to the back and see what we can do back there, what kind of damage we can do back there. Alright, so we got a green peppermint, a red peppermint next to each other. We have a red starburst. Do I have a red starburst? There we go. And you can put more on the back if you want. In the bottom we have a green. Whoops, red goes first. Red. We have red here, and then green, and then a swirly red here, and then over here a swirly green and a starburst red. And then there's extra if you want to do extra, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do the ones that I'm supposed to do. Okay, now you can see there's some ribbon, so we're going to take one of our pieces. I got a glue dot on my finger. One of these, and we're going to wrap it around. This should have probably been a little lower as I'm looking at it. So it's going to wrap around to the back, and you're going to get a piece of this tear and tape, and you're going to measure and make sure that it's not going to go past the part that's going to be hidden. I probably should burnish that. I'll burnish it with my fingernail and pull that. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. And bring that around and make sure that it's nice and tight. Okay, so that's the back. And then the front, we're going to put a bow, which means we're going to take our bow and make 2 loops like we normally do. Cross this one over and make an X like that, and then we're going to push this through this little hole right here and pull it through, keeping everything as flat as possible so that it looks nice. That's a little big. Oh, you know, it looks like, oh, okay. It looks like, sorry, it looks like I put this through here. Okay, so we're going to do this a little differently. Normally I do that and then I glue it, but it looks like I did differently this way. So I have my loop. I'm going to bring this around and then I'm bringing it around to the front and through the back like that, and that's going to make my little bow. It probably did it this way so it would stay on. And then I'm going to get my scissors and give it a nice trim so that it doesn't look too tacky. All right, and we only got one more thing to do, and that is to put our little thingamabobs, red rhinestone basic jewels. I'm going to put one there. And I'm not sure why I chose to do this, but I'm going to put two up here because I could have put one there, I guess. But I chose to put two there. And then I chose to put some down here on our candy. That red one, and then in the center of this one. Okay, that's that, guys. So, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this class. It looks like this might be a little wonky there, just a little. And I hope you can find some nice goodies to put in your boxes. You might share them with us when you decide what you're going to put in them. Let us know, because we would like to see what you came up with. So thanks, guys, for joining me. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye now.